Where is it? There it is. Good afternoon, everyone. Spokane Steve here. Time once again for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Today we got the first game of a doubleheader between the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Athletics. This is the third of a four-game set. Athletics have won the first two, surprising Athletics, coming in at 15-10. Yankees still struggling at 8-18 on the season, and they'll send left-hander Al Downing to the mound today to see if he can right the ship. Righty Raleigh Sheldon, who later this season will be traded to Boston, will take the mound for the Athletics. As I mentioned previously, it seems like a third of this Athletics team gets traded at some point during this season, so that will be interesting. Also, it keeps me on my toes having to follow the transactions on a day-to-day basis. Let me clean my glasses a little bit here. I'll get you some of the stats on these players. Good afternoon, Mike. Hope your day is going well. And there's Kelly entering the chat. Hi, Kelly. Downing with a good card. Sheldon with it's an okay card, I guess. Nothing special. Let's see what they've done in the replay so far. Downing's made 4 starts. He's 2-1 with a 3.03 ERA across 30 innings of work, 27 hits, 23 strikeouts. Raleigh Sheldon has made 6 starts. He's 2-1 with a 4.21 ERA, 36 innings of work, 40 hits allowed, and 19 strikeouts. And a shout out to Jeffrey and Jimmy who entered the chat. Downing, of course, Gentleman Al, left-hander. Sheldon, a righty. Let me give you the Yankee lineup now. We'll get this game started. For the Yankees, Roy White will lead off in left field. Bobby Richardson at second base hits second. Tom Tresh at third base moves up to the 3 spot, a day off for Mickey Mantle. Joe Pepitone at first hits cleanup. Roger Maris will play right field and hit 5th. Roger Repose is in center field hitting 6th. Clete Boyer is the shortstop. Elston Howard behind the plate hits 8th. And Downing, the pitcher, hits 9th. The Athletics defensively will have Suarez behind the plate, Ken Harrelson at first, Green and Campaneris up the middle with Ed Charles down at third. In the outfield, Joe Nossick gets the start in left, Tartable in center, and Hirschberger in right. And with that, we're ready to go. Sheldon has completed his warm-ups. Roy White steps in, switch hitter batting left-handed. Coming into the game, White hitting .261, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Sheldon into the windup here. It's the first pitch of the game. It's a 3-11 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper down to third base. Charles has it over to Harrelson, and we are underway. That'll bring up Richardson. Richardson hitting .295, leading the club in batting. 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Batting right-handed, Sheldon gets the sign from Ken Suarez, and here's the pitch now. It's going to be a 4-2 right-handed. Fly ball shallow left field, Nossick coming on, and he grabs it for the second out. 2 away, and the batter will be Tom Tresh. Tresh struggling so far this year, hitting just .189. He does lead the club in home runs with 6. And has 17 RBIs, which is leads the team in RBIs with 17. I beg your pardon. Tresh, a switch hitter. He'll bat left-handed against Sheldon. Sheldon into the windup now. It's a 2-6 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. So Tresh will jog down to first with a 1-out walk. Not a threat to steal. And the batter will be Joe Pepitone. Joe hitting .250. 25 for 100, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. Sheldon now working from the stretch. Comes set, and the pitch to Pepitone is a 4-8 left-handed, and he walks him. Back-to-back walks issued by Sheldon here in the first inning. So the Yankees now with runners at first and second, 2 down, and Roger Maris will step up to the plate. Maris having a dreadful season so far. 14 for 90, that's 156, last on the ball club in batting average, and only 1 home run. He does have 13 RBIs. Solid card against righties. I could see those numbers if he was playing exclusively against left-handers, right? Not much there. Playing mainly against right-handers, you've got to feel Maris is due to get things going here very soon. Runners take their leads as Sheldon comes to the plate on a 1-8 right-handed, and that is ripped into right field for a 2-star single. Tresh rounding third, he'll score. Pepitone will scoot into third, and the Yankees jump on the board with a 2-out rally here in the first inning. An RBI single for Roger Maris. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Roger Repose will come into the plate. Repose has not played much, 3 for 6 on the season. He's been used almost exclusively as a pinch hitter so far, sometimes defensive replacement. This is his first start of the season. Starting in center today for Mantle. Sheldon checks the runners. Now comes to the plate, 6'5", left-handed. Grounder down to first base. That's Harrelson. He'll take it to the bag, and that will retire the side. The Yankees get a run on a hit and leave a pair. We've played a half an inning here in Kansas City. It's New York 1, Kansas City coming to bat. Give me a moment here to refresh the screen. And Franklin's joined us. Welcome, Franklin. Franklin and Jeffrey, both from Florida. Anyone else from Florida? Seems to be a lot of people in the chat from Florida. Al Downing getting loose now. I'll give you the Kansas City lineup. Bert Campaneris will lead off at short. Jose Tartabull in center, bat second. Mike Hirschberger will be in right, hitting third. Ed Charles, the third baseman, moves into the cleanup spot for this one. Ken Harrelson at first base. Dick Green at second base. Joe Nossick getting the start in left field. He'll hit seventh. Ken Suarez behind the plate hits eighth, with Sheldon, the pitcher, batting ninth. For the Yankees, it'll be Elston Howard catching Downing. Pepitone at first. Richardson, Boyer, and Tresh round out the infield, with the outfield left to right of White, Repose, and Maris. Okay. Downing ready to work now, and up steps Campy Campaneris. Campy hitting an even .250 on the season, 1 homer but 15 RBIs, second on the ball club. Fairly impressive for a leadoff man. The left-hander staring in now. Here's the windup on the pitch to Campy. It's a 210 left-handed comebacker. Downing has it over to Pepitone. And Mike's in Florida visiting. My cousin will be here on the 30th from Sarasota, spending a week or so, 10 days, I think, in Spokane. Here's Tartabull now. Tartabull leading the club with an impressive .356 batting average so far. No home runs, but he does have 10 extra base hits and 12 RBIs. Left on left. Here's the pitch from Gentleman Al. It's a 210 lined into right field for a base hit. So Tartabull with a 1-out single. We know these athletics love to run. Tartabull a star 19 stealer. Downing with a great move to first, however, a -4 hold. Howard 0. That would make Tartabull a 15 not held. They'll hold him on and make him a 13. And welcome to Ben. Greetings, Ben. Okay, Hirschberger steps to the plate hitting .247. Just 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Tartable 1-13. He's going to try for that lead. 2 through 5 or 12, a 9. He does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Hirschberger. 4-6 right-handed, double to 8, and that is going to be down for extra bases. Splits the gap in left center. Tartable can try to score on that. 1 through 15, White a +2, 17. They're going to send him. Here's the throw to the plate. He scores. Hirschberger into third on the throw. So Kansas City ties it up quickly. A single by Tartable, a double by Hirschberger, and here's Ed Charles now. I'm going to let the dice decide infield, in, or back early in the game. They'll be back for Charles, 1 away. Charles batting .310. No homers, 8 RBIs. Downing checks the runner. Now comes to the plate, 4-8 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. So Al Downing struggling a bit here in the first inning. Kansas City runners at the corners. They won't have to hold Charles on, however. A star 16 stealer. He's a 12 not held, so no need to hold him on. They'll be at double play depth for Ken Harrelson. Harrelson batting .268, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Downing checks the runners. Now from the stretch. Comes to the plate 3-6. Single 2 stars. That's going to plate another run. Hirschberger can walk home. Charles rounds second and scoots into third on an RBI single by Hawk Harrelson. And the Kansas City Athletics are all over Al Downing in the first. It's 2-1 now. Harrelson, a star 18 stealer, a 14 not held. He'll have to be held on, making him a 12. Downing still looking for that ground ball to get out of the inning, and here's Dick Green. Green hitting .295 so far, 2 home runs, and a team-leading 17 runs batted in. Downing checks the runners now from the stretch. Pitch to Green is a 4-10 right-handed catcher's card X. That's going to be Howard. Howard, a 2E6, fine defensive catcher. The roll on the play is a 10. That will be the error rating. It's a 6 on an E6. Ground ball C. Infield was back. That's going to get another run in. So that'll go 2-3X. Both runners advance. Charles scores, and it's an RBI for Green, making the score 3-0. Three to 1 Kansas City, just getting started here in the first inning. Runner at second, 2 down. Joe Nosek will come to bat. Nosek getting his first start of the year. He's had 6 at-bats on the season, and he is 0 for 6, looking for his first hit of the season. Downing into the windup. That's going to be a 1-11 liner right into the glove of Tresh, and the side is retired. 3 runs for Kansas City, however, on 3 hits. They leave 1. After 1 inning of play, it's Athletics 3, Yankees 1. If I sound a little disappointed in Gentleman Al, I have to admit that I am. Downing, a favorite of mine. Still plenty of time in this one, though. Just 1 inning so far. As Raleigh Sheldon gets ready to work in the second, it'll be the bottom third of the Yankee lineup. Boyer, Howard, and Downing due up. Clete Boyer hitting .232 on the season. 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Sheldon gets the sign from Suarez, and here's the pitch to Boyer. It's a 2-7 right-handed. Double to 7 on an 8. He just misses it, and he'll settle for a long single to lead off the second. So Boyer aboard to start things off. Here's Elston Howard now. Howard hitting .227, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Right-handed hitting catcher standing in. Sheldon gets the sign from the stretch now. Dice down. That's a foul ball. Sheldon will rub up a new ball. Howard waiting patiently. Now the sign from the stretch. Here's the pitch on a 1-8 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to left field. That's going to stay in the park, however, as Nosek backs up on the track and hauls it in. So 1-8 righty, a homer to 7. The roll's a 20, and Howard is retired. The batter will be Downing. Right-handed hitter. 1W, also a B bunter. And he's going to lay it down. 5B, a successful sacrifice bunt by Al Downing, moves Boyer into scoring position. 2 outs, however, and it will be up to Roy White. White grounded to third his first time today. Batting left-handed. Here's the pitch from Raleigh Sheldon. 2-3 right-handed. Ground ball wide to second. Green's there to plug the hole. Turns and fires to Harrelson. And that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-1 Kansas City. And welcome, Greg. Glad to have you today. And Perry has also joined the chat. Hi, Perry. Kansas City will have Suarez, Sheldon, and Campaneris here in the bottom of the second. Got the department cool enough that I was able to turn off the air conditioning for the game. That noise drives me crazy. I know you guys said you can't really hear it. It doesn't bother you, but it does distract me, I think. So I've turned it off, and I've got the place crispy enough to where I can have a hot cup of coffee. 93 degrees outside, and I'm still drinking coffee. I wasn't. We had those days over 100, so I guess it takes a lot of heat to get me off of the coffee. I do have some pitcher of iced tea for later, however. Here's Suarez to lead it off. Ken Suarez, the right-handed hitting catcher, to just 205 on the season. No homers, only 1 RBI. He has drawn 15 walks. So 9 hits and 15 walks, and if you look at the card, not all that surprising. As Downing comes set, 1-7 left-handed, and he draws the walk. So there he goes again. Suarez, the little walking machine, draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Sheldon. Sheldon, a C bunter, and he's going to lay it down. 8C, successful sacrifice bunt for Sheldon. That'll push Suarez into scoring position. 1 away. That turns the lineup over, and Campaneris will come to bat. Good man, Franklin. Man after my own heart. I love coffee. Campy 0 for 1. Downing, a look at the runner. Now comes set. The pitch to Campy's a 4-8 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. Third walk of the game issued by Downing. Very uncharacteristic for Al. Maybe not on this card. Let's have a look. He actually walked quite a few for him, 79 in 200 innings. First and second one away, and Tartabull will be the hitter. Runners take their leads. Downing from the stretch. Pitch to Tartabull's a 2-8. That is ripped into this gap in right center. Bouncing away from Maris. Suarez will score. Campaneris is headed for the plate. Tartabull's rounding, headed for third. The throw, he's safe with a 2-run triple. Let's take another look at that one. 2-8 left-handed, triple to 14. The roll is a 5. And Jose Tartabull with his 5th triple of the season. That makes it 5-1 Kansas City. Downing apparently just does not have it today. Activity already in the Yankee pen as longman Jim Bouton begins throwing. Yeah, Franklin, we should have done the triples pool, right? And there's welcome to the Back It Up Binge podcast. I don't recognize the name. Welcome to the chat. That's cool on the autograph. Just got it back in the mail. Yeah, I love Campy too. One of the best shortstops of his era, I'd have to say. With a runner at third and one out, the Yankees will bring the infield in now. They can't afford another run here as Hirschberger, who's already doubled in this game, steps into the right-handed batter's box. Downing looks down there. Now the windup. The pitch to Mike's a 2-5 left-handed. That's a grounder to short with the infield in. Boyer will have that. Glance at the runner. Throws to Pepitone, 2 down. And now it'll be up to Ed Charles. Charles walked his first time up. Downing gets the sign. The pitch to Ed is a 5-7 right-hander. That's a ground ball to second base X. That's Gold Glover Bobby Richardson, a 1E17. As he ranges behind the bag, here's the roll on the play. On a 6, fine play by Richardson. Turns and fires, and Charles is retired. 4-3X, that'll end the inning, but the Athletics tack on 2 more on 1 hit and a pair of walks. And after 2 complete, they lead this one 5-1. Here's Sheldon now getting ready to work the third. Richardson, Tresh, and Pepitone due up for New York. Richardson 0 for 1 today. Sheldon with the windup and the pitch. Here it is, 2-7 right-handed. It's a fly ball to center and playable for Tartabull. He'll take it for the first out. That'll bring up Tresh. The switch hitter walked his first time up, came around to score. Sheldon winds and deals to the left-hander. It's a 2-5, and he walks him. Tresh walks for the second time today. And Joe Pepitone will be the hitter. Pepitone also walked his first time up. Runner takes his lead. Here's the pitch from Sheldon. 2-6 right-handed. That is ripped into the right center gap for a double. Tartabull chasing it down. Tresh can try to score on that. 14 runner to center plus 1, 15. With the 1 out, he's going to hold. The old baseball adage, never make the second out at home, especially not trailing by 4. If it was a little closer, I'd have been tempted to go for that. So a ringing double by Pepitone puts runners at second and third with 1 down, and Roger Maris will be the batter. Roger Repose on deck. Maris singled in the Yankees' only run of the afternoon so far in the first, standing in from the left side. Infield back. Sheldon set now. The full windup and the pitch is a 3-10 right-handed ground ball to first. That will score a run, I'm almost sure, with the infield back. Let me double check that. Oh, I stand corrected. I don't think it does. Let's double check this play. I want to get it right. 3-10 grounder to first, A. Second and third back. Nope, runner hold. So it's a ground out, runners hold. So a grounder to Harrelson. He takes it to the bag. Runners have to hold. It's up to Repose now. Second and third, 2 down. Roger getting his first start of the season in center. He grounded out to first in the first. Sheldon set now. The pitch is a 3-6 right-handed. Grounder to second base. Green to Harrelson, and that'll do it. So Sheldon pitches out of the jam. No runs a hit, 2 left. The Yankees waste a chance there in the third inning. And it's still 5-1 Kansas City as we go to the bottom of the inning. True that. The Yankees were not good in '66. Honestly, I find it kind of a head-scratcher as they still have a lot of the big names in the lineup. Seems like a lot of these guys were getting old at that point, I guess. And we've talked about this before, the lack of a shortstop. Oh my goodness. Forced them to move a 1 third baseman to short and a 1 left fielder to third. And that didn't help any. Downing entering his third inning of work. Hawk Harrelson will lead it off for Kansas City. He singled in a run in the first. Downing into the windup now. 4-4 right-handed is a grounder to third base X. That's going to be a tough play for Tresh, a 3E23, and here's the play. On an 11, that's the E rating. The roll is an 8 on a 23, and he makes a fine play, throws him out 1 down. Harrelson retired, 5-3X. And here's Dick Green now. Green 0 for 1. Downing gets the sign from Elston Howard. Delivers the pitch. 2-11 left-handed. Foul ball behind the plate. Howard going back for it. He's got it. So 2 out quickly in the third. Downing settling down now, has retired the last 4. And he'll face Nosek with 2 away. Downing into the windup. Pitch to Nosek. It's a 6-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Downing's first strikeout of the game ends a 1-2-3 inning. We've played 3. Athletics lead it 5-1. The surprising Athletics. Let's take a look at the standings here real quickly to illustrate my point. Athletics enter the day just 2.5 games back of the Orioles in third place in the American League. Bottom of the order, 4th inning. Clete Boyer will start it off, 1 for 1 with a single. Sheldon getting the sign from Suarez now. Here's the pitch from Clete Boyer. That's a 5-8 right-handed base hit up the middle. It's a leadoff single for Boyer, and he's 2 for 2. That'll bring Elston Howard to the plate. Howard flew out to left his first time up. Sheldon from the stretch comes in there with a 3-10 right-handed. Ground ball down to third base. Charles has it to Green for 1. To Harrelson, not in time. That'll go as a force. 5-4. Boyer is erased. And Elston Howard down to first. That'll bring up Downing. Too early to take him out. He's going to hit away here. Sheldon's pitch, a 1-11, struck him out. And that's the first strikeout of the game for Raleigh Sheldon as well. Or is that the name of the book, Perry? October 1964? With 2 outs and a runner on first, it's up to Roy White. Roy 0 for 2. Sheldon set now. Here's the pitch to Roy. It's a 1-9 right-handed grounder to second base. Green has it, flips to Harrelson, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Raleigh Sheldon cruising along now, and he leads at 5-1. Gentleman now getting loose for the bottom of the inning. Ken Suarez will start it off. He walked his first time up. His 16th walk of the season. Downing into the windup. It's a 6-2 right-handed. Grounded to the pitcher X. Downing a 4E21. And here's the roll on the play. On an 8, that'll be the E range. The roll of an 8 on an E21. Downing makes a fine snag. Throws to first for the out. 1-3X, Suarez retired. The batter will be Raleigh Sheldon. Right-hander, 1W. Here's the pitch now, a 6-5 right-handed. It's a single to 10. On a 12, that'll be a ringing double into the gap for Raleigh Sheldon. Holy smokes. So in this case, Downing would have preferred the lower number. It would have been a single to 10. On a 12, it's a double. Boughton throwing again in the pen. Warning sign there when your starter gives up a double to the opposing pitcher. Good points all around there, especially Perry. I could not agree more. Before the draft, the Yankees basically had a monopoly on all the players in the country. What did they have, like 26 farm teams or something at one time? Campaneris 0 for 1 with a walk. Downing staring in to get the sign. 3-3 lefty. It's a comebacker. Downing has it, glance at the runner, and throws him out. So 2 plays to Downing. Sandwiched in between those, a double by the pitcher Sheldon, and with 2 away, Tardible will be the hitter. Tardible's 2 for 2. Singled and scored, tripled into in the second. Left on left. 3-7 left-handed, grounder to second base, easy play for Richardson, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, one left. We're through 4. Athletics lead at 5-1. And there's Kurt Miller. Welcome to Kurt. Kurt the factoid, man. 13-5 that year. This Kansas City team has been surprisingly good in this replay so far. Sheldon, rated an S6, will begin his 5th inning of work. Bobby Richardson will start it off. He's 0 for 2 today. Sheldon gets the sign from Suarez. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 3-5 right-handed base hit into left field. Richardson lines a clean single into left. And that'll bring up Tom Tresh. Tresh, who's walked both times today. Sheldon working from the stretch now. Checks the runner. Now comes to the plate. 6-2 left-handed. Single into center field. An open single. Richardson can try to go to third on that. 1-14, Tartable +1. He's going to go for it. Kansas City will cut it off. Tartable gets it to Campy, and they'll hold Tresh at first. Leading by 4, keep the double play in order. Runners at the corners. Yankees have something going here in the 5th. Joe Pepitone comes to the plate. A double and a walk so far in this one. Roger Maris on deck. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Joe. 3-4 right-handed. Ground ball to the pitcher, B. I'm going to have to look that one up on the super advanced chart here. First and third back, B on a 4. That will score a run. So ground ball to Sheldon. He goes down to Campy for 1. On to Harrelson, not in time. And Richardson will score. Pepitone will get an RBI on the play. That makes it 5-2. One out. Pepitone at first, and Roger Maris will be the hitter. Maris 1 for 2 today. Sheldon gets the sign now. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-9 right-handed. Struck him out. Second K for Sheldon, and it will be up to Roger Repose. Roger 0 for 2. Sheldon gets the sign. Now here's the pitch. It's a 6-7 left-handed single, 2 stars. Pepitone rounds and heads for third. And they have him cornered again with 2 down. And the batter will be Clete Boyer. Boyer 2 for 2. I'm laughing at Perry's comment. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Sheldon set now. Pitch to Boyer is a 5-5 right-handed, and he walks him to load the bases. Oh my. So Sheldon struggling here in the 5th. He's given up 3 hits and a walk. Only 1 run so far, though. And it'll be up to Elston Howard. Howard 0 for 2, standing in from the right side. Bases loaded, 2 down. The Yankees trail by 3. They get bad here. Sheldon into the windup. The pitch to Elston. 6-7 right-handed, and he lines a 2-out single into left center. Here comes Pepitone to score. Here comes Repose to score. Boyer into third on a 2-run single by Elston Howard. And we've suddenly got a ball game, 5-4. Now there's action in the Kansas City pen. Jim Nash, the long man, warming up. Now what to do with Downing? I'm inclined to leave him in. What do you guys think? Runners at the corners, 2 down. Tying runs at third, though. But we're only in the 5th. Downing, a 7-inning starter. Mike thinks pinch hit. Anyone else? Franklin says leave him. They do need runs, but it's anybody's game. Downing's a good pitcher. Yankee bullpen. Well, Boughton's pretty good. They could go to Boughton. He's rated 3 for relief endurance. This is too close to call. So I'm not going to call it. I'm going to let the die decide. 1-3 we hit. 4-6 Downing hits. We hit. There you go. The Yankees will send up a pinch hitter for Al Downing. I hated to take Al out, a favorite of mine. Short outing for Downing today. He pitches just 4 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, walked 3, and struck out just 1. Boughton will be coming in. Rumor has it that Boughton's working on a book in the dugout. That should be interesting. Needing a run against the righty Sheldon. It's going to be Horace Clark, the switch hitter. Horace Clark will bat for the pitcher. Clark just 2 for 11 on the season, mostly as a pinch hitter. One of those hits was a home run. Batting left-handed against Sheldon now. Runners take their lead. The pitch to Clark is a 1-7 right-handed fly ball into center. That's a can of corn for Tartable, and the side is retired. What would have Whitaker have done on that? Triple to 5, 18, he'd have also flown out to center. The Yankees sell for 3 on 4 hits and leave a pair. Downing out, Boughton in. Boughton has been the Yankees' best pitcher so far in this replay. He's worked 6 games in relief. No record, but a brilliant 0.82 ERA across 11 innings of work. The right-handed pitcher will give a little different look to the Kansas City lineup as they send up the heart of the order here at the bottom of the inning. Hirschberger, Charles, and Harrelson. Thank you for that, Kurt. Yeah, one of the many trades by the Kansas City Athletics that year. If you could find a way to look that up, you'd be amazed. You go through this team, and some of these guys are already gone. There's Tartabull. He goes to Boston. Harrelson goes to Washington. I'm just going to go down the line here, okay? Here's their pitchers. Wyatt goes to Boston. Their starters. Talbot goes to New York. On the bench, Wayne Causey, who pinch hit in this game in real life, goes to Chicago. And Billy Bryan goes to New York. So here's Hirschberger now, 1 for 2. RBI double in the first, came around to score himself. Boughton ready to go now. Gets the sign from Howard. Pitch to Hirschberger on a 2-6 comebacker. Boughton has it to Pepitone, 1 down. I think he did, Perry. I think that's where I remember him from, actually. So here's Charles now, 0 for 1 with the walk. The right-hander winds and deals. 4-8 righty, grounder wide to short. Boyer plugs up the hole, plants and throws in time. And quickly there's 2 down in the 5th. Ken Harrelson will be the hitter now, 1 for 2 on the day. Boughton set. Here's the pitch to Harrelson. It's a 6'9 right-handed. Grounder to first. Little slow roller. Pepitone. Race to the bag. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jim Boughton. We've played 5, and we've got a ball game here now. It's 5-4, Kansas City. So after 2 innings, it looked like the Athletics were going to run away with it. Yankees fought their way back into it. And for Raleigh Sheldon, he'll be entering his first inning of potential fatigue. Top of the order for the Yankees, Roy White to start it off. Roy 0 for 3 today. Got dice down. Hang on a second. There it is. Still no sign of Mookie. He's quiet today. Sheldon into the windup. That's a 3-10 right-handed. He pops him up. Green calling for it. 1 down. Here's Richardson now, 1 for 3. Sheldon gets the sign. Pitch to Bobby's a 1-8 right-handed. That is a base hit into left field. A 1-out single for Richardson, who's 2 for 4. Tying run aboard, and Tom Tresh will come to bat. Tresh has not been retired today. Singled and walked twice. Batting left-handed. Nash is ready in the Kansas City pen. Sheldon from the stretch. Pitch to Tresh is a 1-6, and he loses in ball 4. And now one more hit or walk will fatigue Sheldon. Yankees putting the pressure on here in the 6th inning as Joe Pepitone comes to the plate. Walked and doubled, 1 for 2. Sheldon checks the runners now. 5-6 left-handed base hit into center field. That's an open single. Tartable a +1. Richardson a 14. 1-15 to the plate with 1 out. They're going to hold him up. I can hear the groans now. Bases will be loaded and Sheldon is fatigued. And here comes Alvin Dark. Jim Nash will be coming in. Nash, starter reliever, excellent card. So far in the replay, he's only been in 1 game. He worked 3 innings, allowed 2 hits and a run. So Nash needing some work. Was kind of holding him back, seeing when he was going to break into the rotation. He hasn't as of yet. And he'll be facing Maris with Roger Repose on deck. Bases loaded, 1 down. Maris 1 for 3. Tying run at 3rd, go-ahead run at 2nd. Nash ready to work now. Full wind-up and the pitch to Roger Maris. 5-7 left-handed. That's ripped into the right center gap. That's going to be down and go to the wall for extra bases. Richardson will score. Tresh will score. Pepitone can try to score, but he's decent. He's a 1-14 to right field. Hirschberger, however, with a -4 cannon out there. They're going to slam the brakes on Pepitone. It's a 2-run double for Maris, and the Yankees take the lead. So Nash is greeted by a 2-run double by Roger Maris. 6-5 now, and here's Repose. And Kansas City now has to pull the infield in. 2nd and 3rd, 1 away. Repose 1 for 3 today. Nash set now, checks the runners. Pitch to Roger, 1-6. He struck him out. Oh, that was a huge strikeout for Nash. 2 away. And it will be up to Cleet Boyer. Boyer has not been retired today. Singled twice and walked. Elston Howard on deck. Howard 1 for 3 with a 2-run single. Or they might think about putting Boyer on here. Suarez out to the mound. They're going over it. Probably asking Nash, would you rather face Boyer or Howard? They're going to pitch to Boyer. Nash set now. And here's the pitch on a 2-8 right-handed. He pops him up right in the heart of his good column. Campy waving his arms. He'll snag it to retire the side. The Yankees take the lead, however, on 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a pair. And they take a 6-5 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Holy cow, what a game. Another good game. Man, guys, we've had a run of them lately. Boughton now pitching with a lead. He'll begin his 2nd inning of work facing Green, Nosek, and Suarez due. Thank you for that, Kurt. I've been to Bellingham. Way up on the northwest corner. Took a ferry out of one of the towns just south of there. Port Angeles? That doesn't quite sound right. It could be. And went to a couple of the islands. Okay, Boughton ready to go to work now. Dick Green will lead it off for Kansas City. He is 0 for 2 today. Boughton gets the sign. That's a 4-12 right-handed grounder to short. Boyer has it, throws him out, one down. Yeah, that's a day's drive, Ben, and I was much younger then. Here's Nosek now. Nosek starting against the left-hander. He might come out. Let's see what else they've got. Larry Stahl's going to come in and hit for Nosek and play left. Nosek in his first start of the year, we have to assume that was because of a left-handed starter. So here's Larry Stahl now. He is a 2E6 with a 0R, a very similar defensive rating to Nosek, but he's a left-handed batter. Stahl, 295 on the season, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. He's done the lion's share of the starting in left field so far for Kansas City, and he'll bat here against Boughton with 1 away. Boughton studying the signs. Here's the pitch to Larry. 4-10 left-handed. It's a fly to center field X. That's going to be Repose. Repose, a good outfielder, a 2E3 out there. As he ranges back, still going back. Here's the play on a 17. He makes a fine running catch for the out. Same situation with Suarez. Does almost nothing against right-handers. They have 2 catchers on the bench. Phil Roof is going to bat and take over at catcher. The better defensive catcher, 2E6 with a 0 arm, and we'll save Billy Bryan as a pinch hitter. Roof, 0 for 8 on the season. Sorry, 0 for 4. He's been in 8 games, 0 for 4 with a walk. So Roof was still looking for his first hit of the season. As Boughton comes set, the pitch to Phil is a 6-8 right-handed. It's a little two-hopper down to third. Easy play for Tresh. Throws across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Boughton. We're through 6. Yankees 6, Athletics 5. Nash will come back out. Howard, Boughton, and White do. Another interesting, well, I don't know how interesting it is, but another tough decision what to do with Boughton. They do lead by a run now, and Boughton has looked very sharp today. So here's Howard to lead it off, 1 for 3. Nash gets the sign. The pitch to Elston, a 2-6. He walks him. Well, that makes my job a little easier, as Boughton can lay one down now. He's a 1 right-handed hitter, a B bunter. Roll the dice, in or back. Infield will be back, and he will lay it down. On a B, it's a 10. Batter is safe. Leading runner is thrown out. So a little slow number in front of the plate. Roof on it like a cat. Fires down to Green to get the lead man. So now Boughton's at first. And Roy White will be the hitter with one away. Roy 0 for 4 today. Standing in the left-handed batter's box, Nash checks the runner. Now comes to the plate, 1-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. So White having a tough day at the plate, 0 for 5 for Roy. 2 down, and it'll be up to Bobby Richardson. Richardson 2 for 4. Nash checks the runner. Now set, the pitch 2-6, grounder down to third. Charles White in the bag, has it, throws him out, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 left as we stretch for the 7th. It's 6-5 New York. That's an amazing stat, Kurt. Repose. Wow. Boughton will enter his 3rd inning of work. Kansas City will start it off by sending up a pinch hitter for Nash, who I forgot to write in. So Sheldon went 5 1/3, Nash 1 2/3. Sheldon gave up 3, 4, 8, 10 hits. All of the runs charged to Sheldon. He walked 5. A rough outing for Sheldon. 10 hits and 5 walks in 5 1/3. Struck out a pair. Nash in his 1 2/3 gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Lindblad loosening for Kansas City. And the batter will be Wayne Causey. Causey, who pinch hit in this game in real life, a left-handed hitter. On the season, just 185, no homers, 6 RBIs. Boughton ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Causey. 6'3", left-handed. Causey reaches out and just pokes it the other way into left field for a leadoff single. And the tying run is aboard in the bottom of the 7th. I'd do a pinch runner, but they don't really have anybody. Causey will have to do. They have a Chavarria, but they may need him as a pinch hitter. So a leadoff single off the bench by Wayne Causey, and we'll go back to the top of the order and Campy Campanera. So for 2 with a walk. First inning of potential fatigue for Boughton as Pedro Ramos loosens in the Yankee pen. Boughton gets the sign from Howard now from the stretch. Pitch to Campy is a 110 right-hander. That's a double to 7 on a 13. He'll settle for a 2-star single. Causey rounds and steams into third, and Kansas City is in business here in the 7th. Now we got to look at Campy. Boughton a -2 hold. Howard is 0. That's 17. Held on, he's a 15. And Tartable comes to the plate. 1 more hit or walk will fatigue Boughton. Can't be trying for that lead, 2 through 6 or 12. 8, he does not get the lead. Tartable will hit away. Boughton gets the sign from the stretch. 6-7 left-handed as a grounder to second base X. This could be 2. Richardson a 1E17, and here's the play. On a 16, he makes the double play. Richardson to Boyer to Pepitone. Oh my God, what a play by Bobby Richardson. A run scores, however, and the game's tied. But there's 2 outs and nobody on. And Hirschberger will be the hitter. So the Yankees trade a run for 2 outs there. We'll see how that plays out. Boughton to Hirschberger. The windup and the pitch, a 6-9, little slow roller to first. Pepitone has it. Race to the bag. Pepitone gets there first, and the side is retired. A run on 2 hits ties it up. We've completed 7 here in Kansas City. We're all knotted up at 6 apiece. Paul Lindblad will come on to pitch for the Athletics. Lindblad's 3-0 with a 1.29 ERA and 14 innings of work so far out of the pen. Lindblad, a lefty, of course. That'll turn Tom Tresh around. Tresh has not been retired today. He singled and walked 3 times. I'm loving this repose stuff, Kurt. 11-2 as a pitcher. Here's Tresh now, batting right-handed against Lindblad. Lindblad gets the sign from Roof. That's going to be a 1-2 left-handed deep fly ball to center. Going back is Tartable, still going back, just shy of the track, hauls it in. Nice running catch by Tartable. And here's Pepitone. Pepitone's 2 for 3 with a walk. Left on left now. Lindblad set. Here's the windup and the pitch to Pepitone. It's a 4-11 left-handed, a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be Stahl, a 2E6. Tough play for Larry as he drifts towards the line. Error range, it's an 8 on an E6, and he makes a fine running catch for the out. So Kansas City flashing the leather here in the 8th. 2 down, nobody on, and it'll be up to Roger Maris. And they're going to call Maris back. Against the left-hander, Lou Clinton's going to take over. So Lou Clinton batting for Maris. Clinton would stay in the game and play right, of course. 2E8 minus 2. Clinton 11 for 28 on the season. That's 393, folks. No homers, 5 RBIs. Lindblad gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Clinton. 3-6, right in the heart of his good column. He hits a scorching liner right into the glove of Ed Charles, and the side is retired. Oh my goodness. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Lindblad, helped out immensely by his defense. And it's still 6-6 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Holy cow, what a ball game. Pedro Ramos will come on now. Well, he doesn't have to, though. Hang on a second. I was thinking we hit for Boughton, but we didn't. He hit into the 2-4 force trying to bunt. We'll stick with Boughton for now. It'll be his 4th inning of work. He needs 2 hits or walks to tire him. Boughton's put up 3 scoreless innings, and they're sticking with him. Ed Charles will lead it off. 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. Boughton gets the sign now from Elston Howard. Here's the windup and the pitch to Ed Charles. It's going to be a 1-11 right-handed grounder to first, wide of the bag. Pepitone has it. Flips to Boughton covering. And there's 1 down. Harrelson will be the hitter now. Hawk Harrelson 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Boughton into the windup. Pitch to Hawks, a 2-10 right-handed grounder wide of second. Richardson plugs up the whole sidearm throw to Pepitone, and quickly 2 away in the 8th. And what a performance by Jim Boughton taking over for Downing. And to think I was reluctant to take Downing out. It'll be up to Dick Green. Dick 0 for 3 today. The pitch from Boughton's a 4-5 right-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Boyer waving his arms, and that will do it. 4 scoreless innings for Jim Boughton. And we're going to the 9th inning in a tie ball game. Holy cow. I'm going to take a short break and refill my coffee. What a game. Okay, we're back. I'm going to need to warm that up a little bit. Hell of a ball game here this afternoon. 6-6 going to the 9th inning. I do know Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. The MC5 I'm not familiar with. Repose due to lead it off. Let's see what they're going to do. Repose will not be batting. Mickey Mantle grabs the bat and comes off the bench for New York. Holy cow. Mickey Mantle steps to the plate. He'll be hitting right-handed against Lindblad. Mantle on the season hitting .260, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 20 walks, which would place him among the league leaders. Yeah, I hated to take Repose out, Kurt, after all that all that information on him. But the card, virtually nothing against the lefty. Righty Wes Stock throwing in the Kansas City pen. Mantle standing in from the right side now, leading off the 9th inning. Lindblad gets the sign from Roof. Here's the windup and the pitch to Mickey Mantle. It's a 210 left-handed. He struck him out. Oh my. Mantle would stay in the game in center. And here's Boyer. Boyer 2 for 3 with a walk. Lindblad set now in his 2nd inning of work. The pitch to Boyer, a 6-11 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Lindblad strikes out the first 2 Yankees here in the 9th, and Elston Howard will be the hitter. Howard's 1 for 3 with a walk today. Lindblad gets the sign. The pitch to Howard, a 5-6 right-handed fly ball into center field that's playable for Tartable, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Lindblad. Mantle stays in the game in center. 4E3 -3. Should I push Boughton to 5 innings? I kind of hate to do that. On the other hand, he'd be due to lead off the 10th. Unless I could do a double switch somewhere. Can't really do it at short. Could do it at catcher, but Jake Gibbs is a left-handed hitter. Boughton's going to go for it. At least start the inning. So Jim Boughton's pitched 4 scoreless innings today out of the pen. Can he make it 5 and send this game to extra innings? Stahl, Roof, and the pitcher's spot due up. Boughton gets the sign from Howard now. The pitch to Larry Stahl, the 5-4 left-handed fly ball into right and shallow. Clinton coming hard. He's there to make the catch. 1 down, and Phil Roof will be the hitter. Roof 0 for 1. Boughton with the pitch. 6-11 right-handed. It's a fly ball into left. Can of corn for Roy White. And there's 2 down. And now Kansas City will have to send up a pinch hitter for Lindblad. Lindblad worked 2 scoreless innings, retired 6 in a row. Struck out a pair. Lou Krause will be coming on for Kansas City. Krause throwing in the pen. Stock takes a seat. And the batter will be Billy Bryan. It's a Hail Mary all or nothing shot with Bryan. Not much on base, but he does have some power. Bryan on the season, just 7 for 40, 1 home run. Left-handed hitter. Boughton gets the sign. That's going to be a 5-2 left-handed. It's a fly ball into straightaway center. Mantle backing up now and hauls it in, and we're going to the 10th. New pitcher for Kansas City, Lou Krause. Thank you, Kurt. Good stuff. Exactly, Ben. Exactly. Let's see what Krause has done so far in the replay. Krause has appeared in 5 games. He's 1-2 out of the bullpen with a rather high 6.75 ERA. Jack Aker begins throwing. He's the closer down there. Yeah, and we'll have a pinch hitter for Boughton, who did a marvelous job today. 5 scoreless innings of relief. He allowed 2 hits. No, he allowed a run. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. There was just no RBI on the play. A run scored on the double play. Yes, okay, so 1 run. Did not walk a batter. Also did not strike out a batter. So Ramos, who was warming, will be coming in. Now who's it going to be? Steve Whitaker will pinch hit for New York. Whitaker, excellent power against righties. He is 0 for 3 on the season as a pinch hitter. Krause ready to work now. Here's the pitch to the left-handed Whitaker. 6-11, it's a fly to right field X. That's going to be Hirschberger. A 2-E8, tough play for Mike. He's ranging back now. The roll on the play. He's there to make the catch for the out. Nice running catch by Hirschberger. 9X, Whitaker retired. And we'll move back to the top of the order and Roy White. White's had a tough day today, 0 for 5. He'd like to make up for it here. Batting lefty against Krause. 6-4 left-handed as a grounder to shortstop X. That's Campy. His first X play of the game, I believe, as he ranges into the hole, a 3E23. On a 10, that's the error range. It's a 9 on a 23, and he makes the play. So White 0 for 6, 6-3X, 2 down. And it's up to Bobby Richardson. Bobby 2 for 4. Two for 5, excuse me. Bobby 2 for 5. 2 away, nobody on. Krause into the windup. 4-2 right-handed. It's a fly ball to right. Easy play for Hirschberger, and the side is retired. So a 1-2-3 inning for Krause. We go to the bottom of the 10th, still tied. I've seen some cards on Hirschberger where he was a 1 in Strat as well. Not this one, but he did have some. Pedro Ramos coming out of the pen, the Yankees' third pitcher of the afternoon. No record 2 saves and a 3.27 ERA across 11 innings of work so far. He's pretty much the closer on this team. Top of the order for Kansas City. Campy Campaneris. 1 for 3 with a walk. The right-hander winds and deals. It's a 2-8 to Campy. Base hit up the middle, and there's speed on the bases. Winning run on, and a star 19 stealer. Let's check the battery now. Ramos with a nice hold, -3. That makes him a 16. They're going to hold him on, making him a 14. Tartable at the plate. Campy trying for the lead. 2 through 6 are 12. 10, he does not get the lead. And Tartable's going to lay it down. 11 on a B. He pops it up to first. Runners hold. Oh my goodness. Tartable fails to get the bunt down. It's a pop up to first. 1 down. Great minds think alike, Franklin. Tartable, however, unable to get the bunt down, pops it up to Pepitone. 1 down, and here's Hirschberger. Hirschberger 1 for 4, doubled in a run in the first. He's been quiet since. Ramos from the stretch. 5-10 right-handed, catcher's card X. That's Howard, a 2E6. Here's the roll on the play. On a 15, it's a pass ball and foul out, so the runner will advance on the foul ball to the catcher X. So it's a pass ball. Campaneris to second. Hirschberger fouls out to the catcher on the next pitch. Winning run in scoring position, but there's 2 down, and it's up to Ed Charles. Charles 0 for 3 today. He walked back in the first. Ramos studying the signs now. Hawk Harrelson on deck. Here's the pitch to Charles on a 1-6 single. 2 stars. Here comes Campaneris, and he's going to score, and they walk it off. Oh, my goodness, and they're going absolutely nuts here in Kansas City. Listen to that crowd. An RBI single, Campaneris with blazing speed. It was not even close. Seven to 6 in 10 innings is your final. And I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. His teammates mobbing Ed Charles. Oh my goodness, what a game. And Ed Charles, Chief Spokane Gary, player of the game. Kraus will get the win in this one. He worked 1 flawless inning. Pedro Ramos takes the loss. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits and the winning run. No walks, no strikeouts. That's the first decision for Ramos. He's 0-1. And for Kraus, he's 2-2. Wow, thank you, Perry. Say hello to your wife. I'm laughing at Kurt now. Yeah, Ray Charles too. Why not? Totals on the game for the Athletics. They get 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Is a passed ball an error? That's a good question. Anybody want to help me out with that one? The Yankees, 6 runs, 11 hits. No, thank you, Ben. No, it is not. So 11 hits and no errors. They did have a passed ball. And that passed ball was huge, okay? After Tartable failed to get the bunt down, that passed ball allowed Campaneris to get into scoring position, or else he does not score on that single. Ed Charles, player of the game, and that's a wrap from here in Spokane as the Athletics edge the Yankees 7-6 in 10 innings. Tomorrow will be the second game of this doubleheader. Let's see who's pitching. 1:30 Pacific, of course. And the pitchers will be Bob Friend for the Yankees, Ralph Terry for the Athletics. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Appreciate it. I started the book, Frank. Yes, I got through where they're all talking about coming out of the war. I haven't read very much yet. But one thing that really stood out at me so far was the fact that Stan Musial almost went to the Mexican League for more money. He was considering leaving St. Louis to get more money to play in the Mexican League. I think that was 1946, I want to say. Imagine that. Holy cow. No shit. I also enjoyed Don Newcomb's couple of paragraphs there. Branch Rickey made up a make-believe team in order to recruit some black players to play in the minor leagues for him. A sign of things to come. That's going to do it for me. Please join me tomorrow at 1:30. We'll wrap up this series. Meanwhile, Spokane Steve wishing each and every one of you a very pleasant good evening. Take care, everybody. So long.